I have to be careful when I start getting into subjects like this because I start thinking about these globalists and their parasitic, predatory histories, and I just get angry and I lose track of what I'm trying to break down. You have to understand, you don't get into these clubs, these predator clubs, unless you absolutely have a disdain for the general public and see them like steaks on a table. But when the public rolls over to this behavior, we basically invite the globalists, the parasites, the vampires of the world to feed on us. And that's why it's important that we not be sheep and we not be wolves, we be sheepdogs. And I almost hate to use that analogy because it's gotten so overused since it was an American Sniper, but that is an old saying. I don't know if it's an old Texas saying. I certainly heard it growing up. I think it's an old American saying. I've tried to actually look up where the sheepdog allegory comes from, and I don't know where it came from. I've had no success. But what am I getting in here? This is bigger than Meryl Streep and Roman Polanski. The fact is, there are giant pedophile networks in this country. And when you get into Penn State or Boys Town or the Catholic Church or big Christian, Baptist churches, you name it, it's everywhere. You get into government and the state houses and the federal government, it's rampant because smart criminals that are into this stuff seek power, not just children. That's why they want children. They want the energy. They want to have power over them. It's satanic. And so throughout history, there were always corrupt elites that demanded children from the people. In Africa, in Latin America, which is Mesoamerica previously, in ancient Druidic Europe, in the Middle East, in Asia, every culture sacrificed children. Every culture. I don't care if it was Hawaiian culture, I don't care if it was Aztec culture, those were the most prized by the, quote, gods. Well, the truth was it was psychopaths within the human community that craved power, got control, created cosmologies and system of cultural mind control to sell the idea of abuse of children. And that's why in every culture, it always ends with human sacrifice, mainly of, quote, virgins or i.e. young women, young boys. This is how they operate. And the truth is, with a population of 7+ billion people, human sacrifice of children was rampant in every culture with maybe a population of 20 million 5,000 years ago. What do you think it is now with 7.5 billion? They've somehow convinced us none of this is going on, despite the fact they're getting caught all the time. And then we rightfully investigate the incredible Podesta emails and all that weirdness, and they create the term in the media, Pizzagate, give it attention, distract us off into one facility, which is David Brock's former boyfriend, and is the Democrats meeting, and Podesta is talking about it, and there is weird stuff on the walls, and blah, blah, blah. But still, the media knew it was safe to focus in on that place. And then once they did that, they could become the victims, the innocent people at the pizza place, and divert off all this giant history. And Meryl Streep standing up there with a standing ovation during a national push to have the conviction for a man that raped a 13-year-old girl after he drugged her, raped her bloody. This is just one of the many children he reportedly raped. But that's okay, see? It's okay that a lot of kids that get grabbed out of their backyards never get dumped back off and get found dead in the field. It's all right. Because, see, they're not human. They're just there to give an elitist pleasure. And the fact that it is an innocent child makes them feel even more important, you see. Like a Coca-Cola they drank or something they threw in the garbage when they were done. That's the essence of Satanism, is being selfish and only caring about yourself. So I don't know what's really going on with all these Podesta emails, but just notice that when we start talking about these subjects, I make the point that I don't know where to begin with the whole history of the giant pedophile empire that basically rules this planet, an empire of devils. What else do you call them? So again, Meryl Streep, I don't want to hear anything that you have to say out of your fat mouth. You've got your First Amendment, but you know what? Those little kids, they have rights too. Just remember that, you pig. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action.